Hey guys, it's Connor here. In this video, we're going to be doing the Assign from Above quest, the part where it says reach the wreck of the Hephaestus. I'm not sure how you say this word, but it's pretty vague of where you have to find this, and I only recently just figured it out. So first off, you're going to need two things. The first thing is you're going to need an ornithopter to be able to fly. The next thing is you're going to need a radiation suit. At least it's going to be helpful if you have one. You don't need it, but you're going into a radiated area. You're also going to want to bring some guns because you're going to be doing some fighting. Once you have those things ready, get in your ornithopter and fly to the edge of the map. You'll make your way all the way to the map border. Once you reach the map border, you're going to go ahead and travel to the world map. Now, the wreck you need to go to is actually a location on this map. So the quickest way and easiest way to find it is from Hugger Basin. If I just go south like this all the way to Harco Village, you'll see this will take us to Harco Village if you just head south. Then from here, if I go a little bit up to this water depot, the deposit over here, and then I go to the right. All the way to the right, you should see we're going to come straight up against the wreck of the Hephaestus. And this is the location you need to go to. This will allow you to travel to the wreck of the Hephaestus. Now, as soon as you get put into the ship over here, you'll be able to continue the quest line. It is a little bit confusing at parts, I noticed. Like at the beginning over here, finding your way into the cargo bay, you actually have to scan this door. I missed it a couple times, where you have to use your cutter ray to pretty much cut the locks like you do with all these others. After going through this door, you'll then start encountering some weak enemies that you'll fight. And then immediately in this room, you'll see there's this container on the right-hand side that you can use your cutter ray to scan and open. So go ahead and do that, just like so. This will have an NPC inside for you to speak to. You'll then make your way to this blue door, which you'll have to get an eye for this retina scanner. The eye is actually located on this NPC literally behind the door. From this perspective, you'll see you'll take his eyeball like so, a bloody eyeball, and you'll use it on the scanner to pretty much open up the door. She just threw the eyeball down, that's funny. And then you're gonna go through here. You'll then have to fight a horde of enemies and just wait for the game to point you to your next direction. You'll then have to find the one corner at the top over here where it has the glowing projection. So go to one of the corners and find this suspensor crane and interact with it. It's going to go ahead and move that thing upwards and reveal a pathway for you. Now in this area, you'll see there is radiation. So at this point, you're going to put on your radiation suit, or if you found one, there's also these iodine pills that will reduce the radiation you get, but not by a whole lot. It's best to wear your radiation suit from this point to reduce the amount of radiation you take. You're going to be tracking your radiation intake at the bottom left of your screen over here. This bar will fill up a whole lot quicker without the suit. There's also a door here that you could scan and cut and go into, just for a little bit of loot. And then you're just going to follow along the pathway that it gives you. And when you run to the end of it, you'll see there's a doorway on the right that you need to take into another chamber that you need to explore. As soon as you go inside this room, you're going to notice that you can scan and open up the containers with your cutter ray. This one over here is not going to have anything in it. But if we go ahead and loop around to this side where this big orb thing is, you'll see there's another container that we can open right here. So we're going to scan this one and we're going to open up this one right here like so. And this will go ahead and reveal there is the Bene Gesserit's sister garment located here. And then you'll describe the device on the table. And then lastly, you'll describe the book on this crate. You're then going to proceed north through this new opening, and you'll see there's two doors you can scan on the left. This big one, and then a small one over there for a little bit of loot, mainly ammo, nothing crazy. And then you can go ahead and scan this big door, and then we're going to go ahead and cut it open like so. This will take you outside of the ship like this, and we'll proceed pretty much to the bridge of the ship, which is going to be located along this pathway to the south. This will take you to a wall that you got to go ahead and climb and keep following the pathway along. This will eventually take you to the other end of the ship that is here. You'll make your way to the blue door that you'll eventually come across. This is going to take you through a cutscene, and then he'll tell you to pretty much switch off the emergency override, which is going to be marked on your map over here. You'll see it's this sparking machine that you can interact with. You'll need your cutter ray. Remove the panel with your cutter ray and then switch off the emergency override. We're then going to be attacked by some enemies. He's then going to ask us to remove the fuse capacitor, which is going to be to the right of this machine over here to the south. Then you're going to go down here like this and around here. This is going to be a radiation area, but we're just jumping in quick. Grab your cutter ray, see this panel, scan it, and then cut off the panel across it. And then interact with the fuse capacitor there. And then we can go ahead and head back to that main console. Back from the main console, you'll turn around and you'll look at the marker on your map that's going to point you to this panel over here, which you will use your cutter ray again. Remove the panel and go ahead and restart the power. And then from this one, you're going to turn around and you'll see we're going to go back the way that we came this direction over here originally. And you'll make your way to this panel, which you can go ahead and open, and then turn the auxiliary power on. And then we're going to go back to that main chamber yet again. We're then going to go look for the ixian decoder in the bridge. So make your way to this machine over here just to like ground yourself. So from this location, if you turn around and we head to this corner over here to the southwest west area, you'll see there is a doorway that we can take and go through into this room that has just been opened. This will start a cutscene, and then you can go ahead and make your way to the icon, the table over here, and you can interact with the decoder on the table. You'll then have to go ahead and escape the ship from the way that you came in, and pretty much just run straight ahead. This will eventually lead outside the ship, and you can pretty much get to safety like this. You'll then have to make your way to your base in order to complete the quest. I hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for watching.